Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this section, we will study about circle and parabola. So let's start with the equation of circle. Equation of a circle. Usually we will have a center of the circle. So in this case, let me write x0, y0. And also, if we have a circle, we have the radius. Let's say the radius is r. So the equation of a circle is x minus x0 squared plus y minus y0 squared equals r squared. So for example, if the radius is 4 and the center is minus 5, that's minus 5 comma 3. So the equation of the circle is x minus, so in this case minus 5, it becomes x plus 5 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 4 squared. 4 squared is equal to 16. So this is the equation of the circle, or we can also expand this. So let's say we calculate x plus 5 times x plus 5 plus y minus 3 times y minus 3, and then we can simplify and we will get the following equation: x squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 6y plus 18 equals 0. So in this case, we start with a radius and a center, and then we can obtain the equation of the circle. So let's see another example. Let's say we have the equation first, and then we are asked to find the center and the radius. From the following equation: x squared plus y squared minus 8x plus 2y plus 8 equals 0. Okay, so first we can write the equation like this: x squared minus 8x plus y squared plus 2y equals minus 8. So from this we have x squared minus 8x. Then if we want to go to this direction, then we should have x minus 4 squared. Or you can also see the following example. So in this case, we have, if we have 10x, then it is equal to x plus 5 squared. So in this case, we have minus 6y, then we should have y minus 3. So in this case, we have minus 8x. If we divide minus 8 by 2, we will get minus 4. And then also in this case, we have 2y. So we should write y plus 1 squared. So next we can move backward. So let's say if we have x minus 4 squared, it is equal to x squared minus 8x plus 16. So because we have plus 16 here, so from the previous meeting, then we should add plus 16 in both sides. So we should have plus 16 here also. And then from y plus 1 squared, if we expand, we will get y squared plus 2y plus 1. So because we have plus 1 in the left side, we should also add plus 1 in the right side. So in this case, if we calculate, this is equal to 9, or it is equal to 3 squared. So now we can obtain the center and the radius. So the center is 4 comma minus 1, and the radius is 3. And then we also have the following property for a circle. So let's say we have the following circle: x minus x0 squared plus y minus y0 squared equals k. So based on the value of k, if k is greater than 0, then we will get a circle. If k is equal to 0, then we will get a point. If k is less than 0, then no real solution. So it is not a point or a circle, not a circle or point. So for example, let's say we have the following equation. So the equation x minus 1 squared plus y plus 4 squared equals 9. So in this case, because 9 is greater than 0, then we will get a circle. And then the radius is 3, and then the center is 1 comma minus 4. B, let's say we have, so this is the same equation, but now in the right side we have 0. So from the above property, if the right side is equal to 0, then we will get a point. And in this case, the point, so the solution of this equation is a point 1 comma minus 4. So question C, if we have the same equation, y plus 4 squared, let's say it is equal to minus 9. So because the right side is negative, so in this case we don't have solution or no graph. So this is for the circle, and let's move to the next part about parabola. So let's write the general equation of parabola. We also usually call it as quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. Let me write in x for the variable of parabola. Let's define it like this. So y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. And then sometimes it is important to know the peak of a parabola. So if we have the above equation of a parabola, then the peak will happen at x equals minus b over 2a. So if we draw it, so this is x, this is y. So let's say we have the following parabola. So the peak will happen at x minus b over 2a. So this example of parabola is for a greater than 0. So here we have a. And if a is less than 0, this is x, this is y, then the parabola will be like this. So the peak will happen at minus b over 2a, and this is an example for a is less than 0. And it is also important to find the intersection of a parabola with x or y axis. So let's say the first one, intersection with y axis. To get the intersection, we can set x equals 0. So if we put it to the quadratic equation, we will get y equals c. And next part, if we calculate the intersection with x axis, then we should set y equals 0. So in this case, we need to solve ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And for this type of equation, we know the general formula to get the value of x. So in this case, let me write x 1, 2. So we will get two solutions, and the formula is minus b plus minus. So for the first solution, we should use the plus sign, and for x2 we should use minus. So plus minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Next, we can also write the quadratic equation in y of a parabola. We can have the following equation: x equals ay squared plus by plus c. So in this case, it's the same. The condition a is not equal to 0. So for this case, the graph will be like this. So if a is, so this is if a is greater than 0 and the peak happens at y equals minus b over 2a. And this is the graph if a is less than 0. It's the same. The peak will happen at y equals minus b over 2a. So for the last part, let's see a short example. Solve x squared minus 5x minus 14 greater than 0. So to solve these equations, we can for example, if this is x-axis, we can see the first, let's say this is the parabola. We can try to find first the intersection with x-axis. Let's say, for example, let's say in this case, if we have 2 points, then the solution for this equation greater than 0 should be in this part and this part. So the equation is concave up because we have the coefficient here is equal to 1, the coefficient, and 1 is greater than 0. So we should use the following graph. Okay, to get the value of the intersection, we can use the following equation. So x1, 2 is equal to minus b. So b in this case is minus 5. So a equals 1, b equals minus 5. This is c, minus 14. So minus b, we will get 5 plus minus square root b squared, so minus 5 squared, minus 4ac, so 4, a is 1, c is minus 14, divided by 2a, 2 times 1. So if you calculate, we will get 5 plus minus square root of 81 over 2, and we will get 5 plus minus 9 over 2. So we can obtain x1, we use the plus sign, so 5 plus 9 over 2, 5 plus 9 over 2, this is equal to 7. And then x2, we use minus 5 minus 9 over 2, this is equal to minus 2. So you can see the graph if you want, or we can use what we have learned in the first or the first or the second meeting. So we have -2 and 7. So we use open circle here because we don't have equal in the inequality. And then you can check, let's say we check x equals -3 for the first interval, and then we check x equals 0 for the second interval, and then we check x equals 8 for the third interval. For x equals -3, you put it to the equation, you put it to the following equations, and then you check the sign. So if you put it to the equation, you will see that this will be positive, this one will be negative, this one will be positive. So this is plus, minus, and plus. And then we want to get this quadratic equation greater than 0, so we should choose the +1. So the solution set is from -infinity to -2 union from 7 to +infinity.